we need to talk about this gearbox. Because some of you still thinks that this gearbox matters. Yeah, a Baha team used it and failed halfway through the competition just because nobody taught them why automotive industry abandoned this design way before you and I were born. Now I'm pretty sure that you would know the basic working principle of gears, where one gear is the input while the other is the output. And when we have multiple pairs of gears, then we can change the speed and the torque output. That's a multi-speed gearbox. So let's take a closer look at this gearbox, specifically into the gears. Every time you need to shift, the gears would be moved to engage with the other gear. Now this isn't much of an issue when both gears are not rotating, as they will smoothly mesh with each other and the input gear will rotate the output gear. But here's something we are missing. In case of our cars or bikes or any vehicle of your choice, let's not consider EVs in this. The engine is always running, and because the input gear will be connected to the engine, it will keep rotating. So when we move the output gear to mesh with the input gear, which happens to be rotating, yeah, that would happen because both gears are rotating at different speeds. And because the gears had to slide into engagement, this came to known as the Sliding Mesh Gearbox. Now you might think that wouldn't the clutch disconnect the input gear, which will allow it to get in sync with the output gear for smoother meshing? Well, that's kinda true. But let's be honest, gears have some mass in them and they keep rotating. So a rotating mass will tend to have some inertia stored in it, which will keep it rotating. So at this point, both the input and the output gear are still not rotating at the same speed. Now before you start thinking of changing the shape of the edges of the gear teeth for smoother connection, I would like you to think about this one thing. What if we never slide the gears? And that thought led through the biggest breakthrough in automobile engineering. A gearbox where the gears never had to collide into each other during shifting ever again. Instead, the gears stayed in mesh all the time. And this right here is what most universities fail to teach. Honestly, this is exactly why I barely focused on sliding mesh gearbox in my book Powertrain and Systems in a nutshell. Because the real engineering lesson isn't the gearbox itself, it's understanding why the automotive industry moved beyond it. Sliding mesh gearbox didn't become obsolete because they were old. No, they became obsolete because sliding rotating gears into engagement was just unreliable for automobiles. But in case of machines like lathe, where speeds are controlled carefully, this wasn't a huge issue, where sliding mesh gearboxes still exist. But in vehicles, where the engine is constantly running and the shifts happen dynamically, gears grinding, failed shifts and damaged gear teeth became unavoidable. In fact, they also started calling this gearbox the crash box. So the inventor of the sliding mesh gearbox understood this problem and decided to create a new part. A part that would slide and select the gears while the gears stayed in mesh all the time. And this part revolutionized the world forever. This part was the dog clutch. Dog clutch made shifting between constantly meshed gears possible, although they were a bit clunky, but it was far better than having gears crashing into each other. And this single component became the foundation of modern performance transmissions. Literally every motorcycle gearbox has a dog clutch. Even many racing transmissions rely on dog clutch. And you probably won't believe this, but even Formula 1 gearboxes use a dog clutch. And that's exactly why I decided to build my own constant mesh gearbox with a dog clutch mechanism, which you should now watch by clicking over here to see how that gearbox works and how you can build one yourself.